It's October 29th, 2025, and the prime lending rate was cut by 25 basis points this morning, both here in Canada today and in the US tomorrow. And so what does that mean for the average home buyer or homeowner in Canada? Hi, I'm Brent McIntosh, team leader at the McIntosh Group at Remax Rivercity. We sell homes in Edmonton and Sherwood Park, and I wanted to explain a little bit about the prime lending rate and how it affects mortgage rates, because I think a lot of people will hear, oh, it's down 1/4 of a point, mortgage rates are all going to be reduced. And that would be true if you have a variable rate, which applies to about 25% of the mortgages in Canada right now. And by the way, that number is going down. During COVID, it was as high as 33%, but we're seeing it go down more and more. And in fact, new mortgages this year in 2025, it's only about 12 or 13% of the population that is choosing to get a variable rate. So the variable rate would be prime plus 0.5%, prime plus 1. And so yes, when you see the prime rate go down, your payments will go down if you have that variable rate, and your or you'll be, if your payment stays the same, then you'll be paying less interest and more going towards equity in the property. But that isn't most Canadian home buyers. And in fact, when we look at first home buyers, which really drives the market, it doesn't matter what market you're in, that if the bottom stuff isn't selling, nothing will be selling. So it's always the first home buyers that are pushing the market. They're more tempted to go with at least a 3-year mortgage, or more commonly 5-year mortgages, so they know what their payments are going to be for the next 5 years. And that rate is based on the US and Canadian bonds market, which in fact, as of today, right now, as I'm recording this, is actually up. So no, interest rates really aren't going down based on what the Canada prime lending rate is. Now, the bond market usually sort of follows suit based on confidence and based on what's going on in the rest of the world. And when we see the prime lending rate in both Canada and the US dropping, that will probably send down the bond rates as well. So yes, mortgage rates will typically drop between now and the end of the year. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. We're at 780-464-0075. Thanks for watching.